Hello and welcome back to my GTNH playthrough. It is April 9th, Thursday, April 9th, and we're over here by my research station. Wanting to throw this dimensional injection casing in here, which should get us researching the dimensional bridge. Right now, just working towards this dimensionally transcendent plasma forge. And it's going pretty alright so far. We've got all the affinity casings crafted for it already, so that'll be good to go. Including an extra set that is over here by the Mega EBF. If we look over here, all upgraded to infinity already, so that was pretty sweet. Got that done last night. For this though, it's basically made up of 4 main blocks. We've got obviously the other standard stuff, but we need this dimensional bridge, which is the item we're researching right now. And then the other like bulkier items, we need these injection casings and transcendent casings. The transcendent casings were actually, both these were the bigger, bulkier ones we're crafting right now. This guy is just at running through the assembly line right now. And then this guy over here is, I just started it, so it's got a while and a bunch of things it still needs to craft to get to that point, and it's gonna take a hot minute. Let's see, need 1,000 of these pico wafers. So that, I mean, this by itself is gonna take quite a while because I just have it up in the mega chemical reactor. I believe it's 150 seconds a pop right now, unless I upgrade that thing, and maybe I will tonight. I don't know. We'll see if I keep playing today. But essentially down here for crafting that stuff, we've got 2 assembly lines. This one is doing the transcendent casing. This one, once it actually gets the items in, I've already tested it because I threw one in the research station, but this guy will be for the injection casings, and then likely I'll just throw the other 2 recipes, or at least the dimensional bridge in there. Excuse me. So that'll be that. And like I said, I'm just kind of crafting in the background because the other thing I've been working on today, well, that was all going, and it kind of worked out well to kind of do them all together, is passiving the Mark III Reactor. Now, you might notice there's a Mega EBF in here that wasn't here before, as well as technically a fluid extractor. These are basically, my goal is to just have the raw injections going in, fill up cells, and then, yeah, have it work that way. Now, what we got going on over here is pretty straightforward. It actually, forgot I have that hole there. I don't think I mentioned it, or I know I mentioned it yesterday, but I did get all these swapped out to the 16 amp energy hatches, and that has solved the issue. I haven't had any more power fails down here, so for the older recipes that were draining the power too fast, that made it more than able to keep up. I actually did test it with all the inner ones swapped out first, and that actually worked as well, but I swapped all of them, so I just didn't have to worry about it anymore. Didn't want to have random power fails in the night. Now, what is this crafting? Organicin. Okay, sweet. So, it worked out I was doing this. So, the general thing is I was not going to do this to begin with, like I've done everything else, because I thought I was going to have enough channels. And then I remembered that I basically just didn't want to be in a point where I had backups due to output buses and stuff. So it's like, oh, I'm going to need a ton of output channels. And so that made it so I had too many channels for the subnetwork. But because of that, I actually upgraded. These are the first of my neutronium infused ME controllers. So these guys didn't need quartz. Slowly but surely, I'll start swapping out a lot of these around the base and getting rid of the quartz cable, because apparently that's a huge hit on TPS and all that stuff. Start working on trying to be more conscientious of keeping the frame rate and the TPS rate up, help the server along. But aside from that, this kind of worked out that I decided to do this today, because for these dimensionally transcendent casings, for example, you actually need Oganesson, and even though you get it passively technically from using Naquata fuel, I still had nowhere near enough for this. So one of the things I have going passive right now is crafting that. And I believe, let's see, what we got right now? 15 million. So I think I had 1 million before. Let's see. Oh, goodness. 16 million. Yeah, about 1 million before. Plus whatever went into crafting. And then I have all the rest of the stuff in here kind of going passive. What I'm actually doing, I originally was going to set this thing up to make, to passive out Celestial Tungsten, and maybe I still will if I have enough outputs for it, because you basically need to put everything on here anyways. But instead, what's going to be passive over here is all the different plasmas we need for the fuel for the dimensionally transcendent plasma. So that's essentially what I'm working on now, and to accomplish that, we need the fluid extractor, the ABS, and the fusion. As far as I can tell, all of these are Mark III fusions by themselves. If I need to do a passive down on the 4, I will, but I hope I don't need to, because I would like to keep that off. I will say I do have Celestial Tungsten as a level maintain, so that should be crafting relatively frequently down here, but I haven't really paid attention today to see if that's been going or jamming up or anything, which I have a feeling it's jammed up, because feels like that should be, yeah, let's see, there's nothing in here, nothing in here. So the only goofy thing is it says it's only been there for 12 seconds, but I have a feeling that's a lie. So we're just gonna cancel that one. And then Americanium Plasma is the other one that I have on level. Plasma, yeah, so we're good there for the moment. So yeah, that's basically what I've got going on. I haven't gotten too far into it. So far for the ABS, I'm using it, so far the only thing I'm using this for is non-ABS recipes, but just so I don't have to use ingots, which include raw silicone and calcium, because you can get, like, say for example, molten calcium, or calcium plasma, iron plasma? Oh, let's just use raw silicone as an example. So molten silicone, you know, normally you would need to extract the ingot, but you do have these ABS non-alloy recipes where you can just throw the dust in and have it turn into the molten form. So these guys are all, you know, caught up there. And then I threw a third one on here. I just threw tritium in here to keep it from jamming up later. And then over in the extractor, I've got a bunch more stuff. We got magnesium, plutonium, and beryllium. And then over on these guys, we've got, so far, this guy's here to make molten californium, which then comes over to this guy, which is my top tier one, californium and calcium to make Oganesson. And then over here, the only one that's coming off the main network so far is tritium and deuterium to keep my molten, what's it called, helium going. So nothing too crazy. Actually, these two I believe are making, I have that wrong. These two should be making molten iron. But yeah, anywho, that's basically where I'm at. I'm gonna keep on goal tomorrow is probably to keep on cracking along with this. If I do not finish setting up the forge, I will probably wait till the weekend to make a video instead of doing one tomorrow, because it is just going to be, the only plan right now is to do more of this and maybe work on making phthalic acid faster, because this is persistently being a pain in the butt for me. But yeah, if I don't do one tomorrow, it'll probably be a Saturday or a Sunday video, just depending on when I get it done. But yeah, I hope everybody has a good night, and I will see you tomorrow or Saturday. Have a good one. Bye.